Greetings, hockey fans, and welcome to FSN and its very first Players Spotlight featuring number 19 Tayler Reid from Somerset, Prince Edward Island. Tayler grew up playing in the Somerset minor hockey system. With an abundance of talent at his age group, Reid would play side by side with Somerset's future stars. In this first segment, Tayler will talk about his parents, Janet and Doug Reid, and they were the ones carting his butt off to hockey early on in those days, also playing on that big ice surface at Credit Union Place as a youngster. Quite a daunting task for sure. But first, we're going to kick things off with head coach Waddell. Hard to tell any story in 2021 without this part of it.
I'm pretty thankful. First of the year, we were all kind of tiptoeing around that we didn't know if we were going to get to play, and that we knew that there's a lot of leagues that weren't playing across the country, and we've seen this at every level with the junior A, with the Caps and the Ontario Hockey League and the Quebec Major Junior League getting shut down. And with this being our second shutdown this time, the first one was really scary. We had one over Christmas that we were shut down, and we thought that potentially, that we might be done. So it really does. It really does make you think, how thankful you should be that we're still going to the rink every day. The players themselves, at that age, they seem to just kind of take it as it comes. They don't get as up or down. I don't think as I do, or Trent or Pat or Tanner's, that they seem to roll with the punches a lot better than we do. They tell them we're done for 2 weeks, or 2 weeks they're ready to go again. They don't dwell on the bad stuff maybe as much as us older fellas do.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy.
Back in the Somerset minor hockey days, with my mother and father, they did a lot, take me to the rink and whatnot. Big ice surface for when you're a small kid and Pee Wee you're at and whatnot, so yeah, pretty cool. Biggest one of the second year of Pee Wee, we went to the Quebec International Tournament and ended up winning that, one of the divisions, so that was definitely a highlight growing up in Somerset. We had a lot of good players in that team. Noah Dobson, Roy MacArthur, Carson McKinnon, Jeremy McKenna. A lot of big names, and it was a lot of fun years for sure.
Tayler was a guy we had our eyes on. We knew the potential was there, that he was probably not going to be a player with us, but that's always the risk come draft time and you draft the midget ranks. Tayler come highly to the midget ranks, and it did turn out to be a very hockey player. What we liked about him at that level was the speed. Basically, he was very at that level. He was quick. He was probably one of the quicker guys in that league in the Waddell. And we're sharing the same facility. We got to see him quite a bit. So we knew that he was a guy that we wanted on our team, but we also knew it was a risk to take him. We didn't draft him as high as probably could have, because we knew that Tayler was probably had junior A aspirations, and he did make them aspirations. He ended up playing 2 years of junior A, but we were fortunate that he ended up with us the last couple of years. Speed, he had a nose for the net. As a small guy, he wasn't scared of the heavy going as well. He knew the heavy lift that he had to in the corner. So there's a lot to like about his game of midget. So that's what we saw in Tayler Reid as a young kid in the 16-year-old range.
Vipers management would be correct, as Tayler Reid would be heading to the Maritime Hockey League. The Truro Bearcats selecting Reid in the 4th round, but more importantly, this was their second pick of the draft, as they had traded away some earlier picks. So even though going to the Truro Bearcats 68th overall, like I said, it was their second pick. After a successful career with the Wild, Reid would head to Nova Scotia and the Maritime Hockey League. Next stop, Truro Bearcats and head coach Sean Evans, before landing back in Kensington for his final 2 years of junior.
Yeah, Sean was a great guy. The thing with Sean, he's a real, old school, honest kind of guy. Keeps everyone in check. You gotta be accountable, and everyone kind of does their part. And it's probably the biggest thing I took away from him is the accountability in your game. You got to play 200 feet kind of thing, and that was the biggest thing that he would preach. But yeah, it was a good experience there my first year, and yeah, nothing but good things to say about it.
Thinking back, I can remember the very first practice that he was with us. I mean, we were in a charity golf tournament together, and I met him that day, and then we had a practice that night, and it was a long day in the golf course, and I mean, all I had to do was blow the whistle, and I was pretty much done it, but it sticks in my mind. The very first practice with Tayler Reed, so they have them heads and shoulders above everybody on the ice the first time you come to camp in shape. And I think that was after missing a whole year of hockey. So we did get a polished product. We got more than we expected, if you want to know the truth.
Yeah, I think it was a point shot from Brett McDonald. Richie got the original rebound, I think, and hit the post, and I was going to the net, and Puck was sitting there in the crease and just banged her home. I guess good things happen when you go to the net, and especially this time of year, coming down like crunch time, these end of the year games, and like you said, getting in the playoffs. Those are the ones that go in, like the ones going to the net and just banging something in. It's usually not a lot of pretty stuff, kind of just guys going to the hard areas and getting the job done that way.
The thing that stands in my mind was our leadership last year, with Tayler being a big part of it. He didn't even have a letter on last year, but probably one of the guys that he never missed a practice. He was never, there were some nights that, I was throwing him out there, for a forward to play 35, sometimes 40 minutes a game. He was always positive. He always thought we had a chance in every game. Once he put the uniform on, he expected to win. He seemed to have a way of dragging everybody into the fight with him. Not with venom, but he's a positive, in a positive way. Taylor's not a guy that's going to come into the room, encourage and swear and go on and point fingers and that. He leads by a different way. Tayler leads through enthusiasm. He leads through positivity, and I think that rubs off on a lot of other guys that they know that that Taylor's got our back. Taylor's going to put it out there, and he's going to give us his best effort, and he's going to support you. Like if you had another player that's in a crap game, he's not going to be the one that's all over you. He's going to be the guy that doesn't tap the pads when he makes a mistake and say it happens, and then next time it maybe it won't. But now Tayler leads in a different way. He leads through positivity. That's something I really like. Last year, he led the way offensively for us. He just had a fantastic year, and he continued on the same vein for us this year. Like with power plays, he's always the first unit over the boards. He brings a lot. I mean, he that speed element at any level really kind of separates him. He's got the great speed. He's very shifty, agile on the skates. He knows the game. He played at a higher level of this, and you can see that he kind of thinks the game a little bit higher than a lot of the folks at this level, for sure.
But yeah, Wade's been unreal. He teaches wants the Vipers to be a real tight-knit group, everyone having each other's back and things like that. He gets everyone on the same page. It's real players coach. Everyone loves him. So he gets everyone going for him that way, and everyone's pulling the rope the same way for Wade.
And that brings us to present day in this story that is being told. Regular season ending 2 weeks early. A first-round matchup imminent with their fierce season rivals, the Sherwood Metros. We are all hoping there will be more to write in this story. Only question is, one chapter or two? Only time will tell, but we're all definitely very anxious to see this opening round.
It won't be coming easy. We've had a lot of tight games against the Metros. Another one tonight. Obviously, we came out on the losing end of that one, but I'm sure we'll have a few more battles here down the stretch, and it's going to be a good playoff series. Everyone's pulling the same rope. Everyone's working towards the same goal here, so hopefully we can get the job done come playoff time.
Yeah, the Red Wings have a real good team over there, and obviously, like you said, they've won 3 in a row. They'd be going for 4 or whatever it is, but I think we're trending in the right direction. Like, we had a lot of new guys at the start of the year, and I don't know, everyone's just getting comfortable with each other and whatnot, but I think we're trending in the right direction here now, and it'd be nice to be able to get that opportunity to play them in the finals and hopefully put up a fight and see what happens. I think that we definitely have a team that could surprise some people in the playoffs and hopefully get that job done, but I guess we'll have to see if we make it there first and see what happens. First round job get done here first, and then we'll take on that one after.
While the next few pages of this story remain blank for now, one thing is for sure, it is never easy to say goodbye.
Saying goodbye to players that have been with you in some cases 4 or 5 years, and you see them come in the door when they're young and they're basically still kids, and then to see them grow up and finish their university, and some of them are starting their jobs, they're starting careers, and it's quite it's the formative years of their lives. So you see a lot of changes in those 4 to 5 years, and it's tough to say goodbye in a lot of cases, because if you keep as an overage, for the most part, they're not just a quality hockey player, they're a quality person. So it is something that I struggle with year after year. But fortunately, in a lot of cases, you stay in contact. In some cases, over the years, they've stayed on board, as coaches, or they come out on the ice, and we have a very active alumni. But in Taylor's case, it's gonna be difficult, because he is a quality person. But one thing I will say is that it's not going to be goodbye, because we golf together. So he has my number on the golf course, but so it sucks to see him put the door. I know that I'm going to see him on the golf course probably 2 or 3 times a week, so that might take a little sting off it.
Looking at those pictures supplied by Ronnie, Mackenzie, and you can see that razor-sharp focus in Taylor's eyes. Also, occasionally you can see that smile being cracked as he loves this game of hockey. Hard work and dedication and positivity praised by his head coach, Waddell. All things that once hockey is over will supply this young man very, very well in the years to come. It was an absolute pleasure to be interviewing Tayler Reid. Thank you very much, young man, for accommodating FSN for the interview. We will leave Tayler with one last comment on the things he will miss most.
Probably the camaraderie in the locker room and whatnot. You get thinking about that when you're 21 and looking back on all your hockey years, and what you take most out of it's kind of the memories and the friendships you make along the way. So that would be the biggest thing, just come to the rink every week and pulling on the rope with the guys. So that would be the biggest thing.
Reporting for FSN, I'm Jeremy McDonald.